The reign of King Joash continues in 2 Chronicles chapter 24, beginning with great promise, but ending in heartbreaking tragedy. Guided by the faithful priest Jehoiada, Joash restores the worship of the Lord and repairs the temple. Yet after Jehoiada's death, the king gradually turns away from the God who had preserved his life, proving that a strong start must be matched by lifelong faithfulness. Joash is 7 years old when he becomes king, and he reigns in Jerusalem for 40 years. As long as Jehoiada remains beside him, Joash does what is right in the eyes of the Lord. Under the priest's guidance, the kingdom enjoys a season of stability, and Joash determines that it is time to restore the temple, which had fallen into disrepair during the reign of Athaliah. The king gathers the priests and Levites, instructing them to collect the temple tax from the towns of Judah so the house of God can be repaired. However, the Levites do not carry out the work as quickly as expected. Joash calls Jehoiada and asks why the collection has not been organized, reminding him that the tax established through Moses should be used for the Lord's house. A new plan is put into action. A large chest is placed outside the temple gate, and a proclamation is sent throughout Judah and Jerusalem, inviting everyone to bring the offering required by the law. The people respond with willing hearts. They come joyfully, filling the chest again and again, until enough money has been collected. Whenever the chest becomes full, the Levites carry it to the royal officials, who count the money before returning it to its place. With these offerings, skilled craftsmen, stonemasons, carpenters, and metal workers repair and strengthen the temple. When the work is complete, the remaining money is used to make utensils for worship, including articles of gold and silver. Burnt offerings are once again presented regularly in the house of the Lord throughout Jehoiada's lifetime. After many years of faithful service, Jehoiada dies at the remarkable age of 130. Because of all he has done for God, the temple, and the kingdom, he is buried among the kings in the city of David, an honor rarely given to anyone outside the royal family. But everything changes after his death. The leaders of Judah come to Joash and persuade him to abandon the worship of the Lord. The king listens to their advice, and together they turn to Asherah poles and idols. Once again, God's people drift away from him, bringing his anger upon Judah and Jerusalem. The Lord, however, does not abandon them without warning. He sends prophets to call the people back, but they refuse to listen. Finally, the Spirit of God comes upon Zechariah, son of Jehoiada, the priest. Standing before the people, Zechariah boldly declares that because they have forsaken the Lord has also forsaken them. Instead of repenting, the people conspire against him. At King Joash's command, Zechariah is stoned to death in the courtyard of the temple, the very place his father had helped restore. As he dies, Zechariah cries out, "May the Lord see this and call you to account." Before long, God's judgment arrives. A relatively small army of Arameans invades Judah. Although vastly outnumbered, they defeat Joash's forces because the people have abandoned the Lord. The invaders carry away great plunder and leave Joash severely wounded. Even then, the king's troubles are not over. His own officials conspire against him because of the murder of Zechariah. They assassinate him in his bed, and he dies without the honor given to faithful kings. Though buried in the city of David, he is not laid to rest in the royal tombs. This chapter reminds us that faith cannot be borrowed from someone else. Joash flourished while he followed Jehoiada's godly influence, but once that support was gone, his own heart was revealed. True devotion to God must become personal and enduring, lasting beyond the influence of mentors or favorable circumstances. The account continues in 2 Chronicles chapter 25, where Amaziah, the son of Joash, becomes king of Judah. He begins by seeking to obey God's law, but his later decisions reveal how pride can quietly lead even a promising ruler away from the Lord.